Nick is the head of household. Who will he nominate for eviction? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. Hello, I'm Andrew Chefsick Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 4 Office Wars. It's day 11 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Nick from customer service is the head of household. Who will he nominate for eviction? We'll find out shortly. But first, I have a lot to get through today. First of all, the Reality Realness crew, Chantal, Jojo, Jonathan, they posted their second weekly recap yesterday. I loved it. I think they do a great job. Keep up the good work. Starting next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take notes because by the time I was getting to the end of the episode, I was forgetting what happened in the beginning, and there were things that I wanted to touch on that I forgot. But the things that popped into my head the most were the pink couch. So Jack, who mentioned JoJo's pink couch and said it looks like it came with your parents from whatever country they came from, or something along those lines. Jonathan digitally changed the background. And Jack said, "Do Jonathan and JoJo live together or something?" And yeah, no, Jonathan just changed the background. And Jonathan was able to stay still for most of the episode because as soon as he moved his hand, obviously you would see the actual background. Whereas JoJo was just bouncing around. He just couldn't stay still. But yeah, what was funny about the pink couch is JoJo, they all set that up, but they never mentioned the pink couch. They alluded to it, and JoJo multiple times sort of put his arms back and was kind of and made reference to it, but didn't without saying the words, which I thought made it funny. Then Chantal, as soon as she said, "I don't want to be controversial, but," I knew what was coming. The fact that in the last 3 seasons, the black girl has gotten the Miss Piggy voice. There is an explanation for that, but I have to wait until Megan is either evicted or wins the season to explain it, because the explanation might help or hinder her game. But yeah, there is a reason for that. And Megan, funnily enough, yesterday was talking about how Curtis nominated her because she was sort of in the background, and so obviously she wasn't happy about that, and she was hoping that now that she's stayed in the game and was safe this week, that she could fade into the background again. And now the Reality Realness crew is, again, talking about her a lot, and she got a lot of airtime in the episode. I mean, look at the positive. You're never going to win the game if you fade into the background. Tiffany, who I'm going to get to in a second, used the invisibility strategy in Season 1. She got to 3rd place, but you just can't win with that strategy. Although, mind you, in her case, being invisible is probably better than showing her true colors. But anyway, so if you're being talked about and you're being relevant, yes, it could put you at risk now. But if you get to the end of the game, and I probably shouldn't be saying this, but if Megan were to get to the final 2, the first thing she can say is, "The Reality Realness crew talked about me from week 1. I was on their radar." So, no. So yeah, it can go both ways. I mean, playing more aggressively in general has a higher likelihood of you winning if you get to the end. Playing less aggressively and playing a bit more of a background game can improve the odds of you getting deep into the game, but then there's no end game and it's tough to win. So there's so many layers. It's unreal. Real quick, prank or no prank, that was also talked about. I did ask the house guests whether they thought their season was just more cautious than the last 2 seasons, or if they just felt more comfortable. I got a myriad of answers from, "I just have really bad luck and don't want to pick. I'm worried about the Pooh Brown veto. I feel comfortable in the game. I just thought I'd be more cautious." Lots of answers. And again, people always ask me why I love Big Brother. It's a social experiment. And the fact that this group of 16 for half of them. And it's funny because some people just blurted out, "Yeah, I said it. I'll go for it. Yeah, I went for it last week. I'll go for it again. I'm a gambler. Who cares?" And thank you for that. I liked it. I think it was Curtis and Lynn were two people that said, "Yeah, I'm going to go for it every week. Fuck it. Who cares? Play the game." Um, it's just interesting how this group, it was a little more cautious. And see, I looked it up. Season 2, Rianne was the only person to ever say no. And season 3, Chantel, and which was the second time when we redid it, Chantel and I think Charlene said no, even though she should have because she was in danger, but that's okay. So 3 people in 2 seasons, and here I have 6 in 1 week that said no. So it's fascinating to me, and that's just why I love this. As somebody who loves statistics and numbers, Big Brother just offers, in addition to the drama, Big Brother offers so much of that. Also, Tiffany was mentioned in Reality Realness about the Niagara thing. Honestly, I just got sidetracked, and yeah. Although, what's funny story? So, Eitan from my friends Kevin Eitan have their own backyard version. He once, I can't remember what season it was for, but he once messaged me that he had somebody drop out, and do I have somebody who could come on short notice? And I said, well, the only person who I know who can do it on short notice is Tiffany. Took him 2 seconds to respond. Never mind. Which was funny. Yeah, and so Susie in the recap was asked by Jonathan who she thought were the 4 people that voted for her. She didn't specifically say names, but she kind of made it seem like she thought the 4 operators were the 4 that voted to keep her. And this sort of led, there were 2 rumors that have been circulating around in the last 2 days, and one of them was who the 4 votes were. And people at first assumed Jack voted to keep Susie, but information has come to light that there was a Facebook group chat, and I've heard this from multiple people, so if you think I'm going against your diagrams, it came from lots of sources, that there was a Facebook group chat and for Brampton Transit operators, and Jack made comments. Jack has a habit his comments are not offensive, but he has a habit of just swearing a lot. He's Italian, faca ta madre, faca ta padre, faca, faca. It's just colorful language, and anybody who's watched Curb Your Enthusiasm and has listened to, I forgot the name of the woman, what's her name? The one who's always like, "What did you do, Larry? You fucked it up again, Larry. You're such a fucking moron, Larry." Would know that it's just language. But he apparently offended people, and Susie, who was a moderator or an admin of the Facebook group, kicked him out of the group. And so there was beef there. And so now the question is, did Jack vote to keep her? Because if the operators voted to keep Susie, that means sales abandoned Susie. And so there was discussion over who these 4 people were. And it's funny, it's in the past, so it shouldn't matter. But at the same time, moving forward, when you need to know who's going to be loyal to you and you need to know who's going to vote with you, if you're not sure how somebody voted early on, it could cause seeds of doubt. And so, I obviously know, and I'm not going to say, but it is interesting that there are some votes that people don't know about. And that's fun. There was something else before the nomination ceremony. Yeah. So one thing I noticed, the group chats, all the chats were very quiet yesterday, including the main chat. And some people did say that this week, Nick has been quiet, more quiet, more reserved, and more tight-lipped than Curtis was in week 1. And again, I find this fascinating that it all comes down to sort of your general personality as it is and how you play the game. Curtis was much more talkative and was sort of wheeling and dealing with people week 1. There's pros and cons to each way. If you are talking to lots of people making relationships, that's good in that you can network for later. But if you put your hand in too many cookie jars, that can also bite you later. So there's pros and cons to that. And Nick being more streamlined, right to the point, quieter, having a plan and sticking with it, may isolate people now, but in the future it won't get him into trouble because people can't say, well, you promised me week 2, and if I don't nominate you, I'll do this and this and that. So again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. it was just interesting that people said that their conversations with Nick were much shorter than with Curtis because there wasn't as much information to go on, and Nick seemed to know what he was doing already, or have an idea of what he was doing. And I have sympathy for both Curtis and Nick, because being HOH early is not an easy position to be in. Yeah, you're safe, but you have to potentially get blood on your hands, and it's hard enough in the televised versions or in backyard versions, but when you're playing an online game where you don't even know everybody or you haven't met in person, it's difficult. So I have, it's a tough position, and I look back, the earliest that any of the 3 winners had HOH was week 5. Jeffrey was HOH week 5, Chanel week 6, Chantel week 10. So the first 4 HOHs in the first 3 seasons did not win the game. But anyway, I've been rambling on long enough, so it's finally time to get to the nomination ceremony. This is the nomination ceremony. Nick, as head of household, must nominate 2 of his fellow house guests for eviction. The customer service staff, CJ, Lindsay, and Megan, are safe this week. One at a time, I will reveal the 9 house guests, the other 9 house guests who are safe, and then the 2 nominees. Here we go. Curtis, you are safe. Marcin, you are safe. Ryan, you are safe. Kat, you are safe. Brazil, you are safe. Brenda, you are safe. Brandon, you are safe. Ashley, you are safe. This leaves Jack, Lynn, and Lisa. 1 of you is safe. 2 of you are nominated. Lynn, you are safe, which means Nick has nominated Jack and Lisa for eviction. Let's find out why. Hey, what's up, bros? It's me, Nick. I'm super stoked to be playing this game with y'all. Where's my surfboard? Oh, there it is. I just got off my surfboard. I did something totally rad today. I played the guitar while surfing at the same time. Whoa. So anyway, I'm going to nominate Jack and Lisa for eviction this week. My reasons for nominating them aren't the same. You both seem like great people, but I just haven't chatted any game with either of you, and I'm not sure where your heads are at in the game. We all know that anything can happen in the Big Brother house. Best of luck to both of you in the veto competition. Okay, so Nick has nominated Jack and Lisa for eviction. It is now time to pick players for the Golden Power Veto competition. Only 6 house guests will participate in the Golden Power Veto competition. The head of household, Nick, the 2 nominees, Jack and Lisa, and 3 players selected in a random draw. If I draw the name of Nick, Jack, or Lisa, they will get to choose a house guest a la house guest choice. Okay, it's time for the Veto Lottery. This is so exciting! Here we go. Let's go to the middle, somewhere near the middle on this one with... Jack. So Jack, you must choose somebody to play with you in the Golden Power Veto competition. Okay. Also, Saturday I am working an afternoon shift, which, while I like that, the times for the veto competition, the options are kind of odd. But I have a feeling I know which one is going to be selected by the majority. So we have Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which I think is going to be the winner, or Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, here we go. Next, we have... Curtis. And finally, here we go. I really hope I get picked to play, because I want to be in the forefront of everything. Fuck the background. Let's go with this one, which reads Lisa. So Lisa, you get to pick somebody to play with you in the Golden Power Veto competition. Okay. So playing in the Golden Power Veto competition, we have Nick, Jack, Lisa, Curtis, and a house guest selected by Jack, and a house guest selected by Lisa. Okay, with that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto? Find out tomorrow as we have the Golden Power Veto rules. Sunday, the Golden Power Veto results. Monday, will the winner use it to save Jack or Lisa from the chopping block? Tuesday, the final two nominees plead their case, and Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition. I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonvest. Take care, and we leave you as we eavesdrop on the house guests. Good night.